Well, the tax season has officially opened. It follows the auto assessment tax filing for selected individuals that started earlier this week. Taxpayers are encouraged to wait until Monday to lodge disputes pertaining to their auto assessments. Now, the South African Revenue Service has been sending out SMSs and emails notifying qualifying taxpayers of the auto assessments. But perhaps to discuss this further, we're going to be joined via Zoom by Lesego Serakoana, a tax practitioner. Lesego, good afternoon. Thank you for your time with us here on the SABC.
Good afternoon. How are you?
We are good. Perhaps obviously trying to understand the importance of tax season and how to navigate it, which can be a daunting task for some people. So since opening, has there been any major incidents reported?
There hasn't been any major incidents reported, but people are just getting refunds and they're so happy about the refunds that they're getting so far.
All right, so before we get to those refunds, we want to understand how the system works and perhaps some of the changes that SARS has introduced, if any, at this point. Can you help us navigate and understand that?
So SARS has introduced a system where they do an auto assessment for taxpayers, where they do a calculation on your behalf, and then they give you a calculation of how much taxes you're supposed to pay or how much refund you're supposed to get. So when you receive an auto assessment, you are supposed to verify with your information and see if whatever is recorded is proper and incorrect in your information.
All right, so on the back of that, we know that SARS has been sending out the SMSs and the emails notifying qualifying taxpayers of the auto assessments. So you've explained how this works, and I wonder if there's been any glitches or questions. There has been recommendations that people who have disputes should apply on Monday. What's your practical advice for those who are obviously filing their tax returns?
For those who are not happy with their tax returns, they should just lodge a dispute as soon as possible, because there's a time period for lodging a dispute against whatever that you are not happy with in terms of your tax returns.
No, absolutely. And I think on the back of that, we're obviously looking how important tax collection is for government and the functioning of our country at large. How much do you think we're hoping or SARS is hoping to collect this tax season, if you are able to quantify?
I'm not able to quantify at the moment, but I'm thinking this year they will do more than last year, because last year they managed to collect so much money, and because they're doing auto assessment on behalf of taxpayers, so I definitely think they will collect more money than last year.
What are the deadlines for the submissions in the different categories?
For non-provisional taxpayers, tax season closes on the 24th of October, 2023, and for provisional taxpayers, it closes on the 24th of January, 2023.
All right, so let's
2024.
2024.
Sorry.
All right. I just want to wrap up this conversation perhaps on a high note, and you alluded to this earlier on, the rebates and the refunds that people are receiving. How should we responsibly be handling these refunds? What should people doing with their rebates, etc., from a tax practitioner's point of view?
When you get a refund, I suggest that maybe you can save some of the refund for your following year, because you don't know if you'll be paying more taxes on the following year, because years are not the same based on the calculation that you're doing. So if you have a refund, spend it sparingly and have a tax saving account where you save for your taxes and you plan for your taxes each year. So I would say that they use their money sparingly and also put some savings aside for their tax returns.
No, absolutely, because there are obviously consequences for late filing. And I wonder, just in conclusion, I know I said that the previous question was the final one, but what are the consequences for individuals and businesses in relation to late filing of their tax returns?
Okay, there is a penalty if you don't submit your returns. It starts from 250 rands per month up to 16,000 rands per month. So it's very important and crucial for individuals to submit their income tax returns within this tax season, so that they do not become late and don't find themselves in a position where they are being penalized for not submitting their returns.
Lesego, thank you for your time with us on the SABC, for helping us understand how to navigate the tax season a little bit better. Lesego Serakoana is a tax practitioner, and she was just speaking on the back of tax season officially having opened as of yesterday, 8 p.m. Obviously, it follows the auto assessment tax filing for selected individuals and businesses. That also started this week. So we'll continue to monitor and perhaps see how that process unfolds. Any glitches or disputes, they are being encouraged to be attended to as of Monday. Again, thank you to Lesego for her time with us here on the SABC.